Great, looks like everybody's connecting. So we'll open it up to questions to start. We'll have Marissa from Sportsnet go first. Marissa?
Hi, Marissa.
Hi, Ty. Hope you're doing well. I was just curious mostly, like, what actions are in place right now to enforce accountability for the players who, over the past week, participated explicitly with Barstool, and which led to the harassment and disrespect towards NWHL media members, players, fans, staffers, and what going forward, what support systems are in place for players like Sharoya Tinker and others who have spoken out against that specific harassment from Barstool Sports?
Yeah, sure. Thank you for being on. And I will say, unfortunately, there was some things that happened obviously overnight that were not in values and in place with the league takes very seriously. Obviously, my full support as the commissioner of this league for Ms. Tinker, and will support her to any extent, but I will also support every single one of our athletes and our staff and our entire community that support the NWHL going forward. It's just unfortunate, like what had happened, and then I feel very sad that it was the case. And I think based on conversations I've had today with multiple players and staff, I hope we're heading in the right direction, where our focus will now turn back to where the bubble is and how we're having such great fun here, players, and the environment that we're in.
Great, thank you. Next up, we have Angelica from the Ice Garden.
Hey, Angelica.
Hi, Ty. It's good to see you. Thanks for having us here. So my question is really, like, what are you really looking for at all levels of the NWHL, not just the front office, but, GMs, coaches, captains? What are you really looking for specifically in terms of them holding, everybody, each other basically accountable, not just themselves, but their teammates and their players?
Sure. I mean, I expect that we have a level of professionalism amongst our entire staff in our league. That's what we're trying to do here, right? Like, we're trying to come in and we're trying to establish a higher level of operations, a higher level of entertainment value, and that really starts with our front office and our employees and our players. They're a direct reflection, an image of the league. I feel very good and confident that our staff is a genuine reflection of that.
Right.
And so, yeah, that's how we're going into this and carrying ourselves moving forward. I mean, this is a business, right?
Right.
We need to carry ourselves in a manner in which it's a respected environment for all.
Right.
And at the same time, we certainly can have fun. Angela, you know me a little bit now. We like that infusion of fun, right? In what we do here, but at the fundamental core of what the league stands for, what our methodology stands for, what our core values stand for, where our objectives going forward, the fundamental basis of that and that foundation is rooted in respect and professionalism.
Gotcha. And just one more question, as far as this goes, was there any reason why Barstool wasn't specifically mentioned? Is it just kind of a blanket statement for anybody who participates in this kind of toxic culture, or, are you planning on making any examples in the future?
Yeah, no, I just think it's a general statement from my position, right, as the commissioner of this league, that kind of behavior we don't need that. I don't think anybody needs that in this landscape right now that we have going on. So I feel very passionate that's just like, why even go there? Why even be I have the safety of my players and safety of my staff. And I think it's why do that? There's no need to do any of that. So going forward, definitely my main job and responsibility is protect everyone, and I will always do that. Yep.
Thank you. Next up, we have Hannah Beavis.
Hi, Hannah.
Hi. I guess kind of echoing what Angelica and Marissa have asked already, what tangible conversations has the NWHL have you had with players and staff today about the situation that happened with Barstool?
Yeah, I just reiterated our mission and my objective and what I'm trying to do in a very short period of time with this league. Met with players and staff and echoed the fact that, I'm here to support them in any way that they need, and going forward to, just try to rise above some of the stuff that's happening. But the main message for me was to be one of protection and backing, right? Like, I am here to serve as the person that will, make sure that we, going forward, don't have these type of situations that this distract us from what we're trying to do here, which is grow the women's game in a very fun and respectful manner that for all to our fans to enjoy at all different levels and all different genders. So
Okay.
Great. Next, I believe Chris on your side was
Yes,
given a question.
For Ty, I was relayed this question from media upstairs. Will the NWHL do business with Barstool in the future? Has that door closed?
I think I should probably go back to the fact that we have a process when someone is interested in buying any of our teams, right? The process is there's a process and an application that has to get filed within the Board of Governors, and that application would then have to get reviewed, and there's multiple layers within that application process that then a Board of Governors would have to vote on, right? To this day, there's not been an application to do business with us or purchase a club or any kind of team. There is absolutely no, there's absolutely no application that has occurred. So I don't usually like to comment on hypotheticals, but from my standpoint and what I value this league and what I'm trying to do with this league as we go forward, I don't find an association being healthy, number one, to the objectives that we're trying to do. So at this point, the short answer would be no.
Thanks. Then we have Melissa from the Victory Press.
Hey, Melissa.
Hi, thank you so much. So you kind of addressed some of my questions, but just more specifically, I know there's only obviously so much you can control with the players and only so much you want to control, of course, with them being, employees, but also having free speech and everything like that. But will you discourage players at least from going on Barstool podcasts and things like that? Like, I know we just saw that a couple weeks ago where 2 of the Riveters players were on a Barstool podcast. So will you guys actively discourage them from appearing to support or partner with that organization?
So from a technical standpoint, I can't discourage an athlete from individually going on a type of programming. That's why you saw them go on last week. Was it last week or the week before? If it becomes higher than those amount of players, then that becomes a Board of Governors discussion. So, but yeah, you were correct in saying that it's not something I can come in as a governance and say they cannot or can do something like that.
Great. Thank you, Melissa. Thank you, Commissioner.
All right.
And
Well,
we'll have,
thank you so much, guys. I stand by what I said in my statement before, so I'll just echo everything that was in there. And thank you again for all your support. That's what really means the most to me and this league. So, and you all have done a tremendous job in showing support to our league, and I value that, and I hope to continue that going forward. Out.
thanks, and thanks everyone for joining us. We'll have Minnesota next at 20 past the hour.